This is United Network News with Sunny Galt, Calen Gipp, Kimberly Gogan, and our field messengers from around the world. Here's today's real news. It's Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025, and here are today's stories. Some people with disabilities have almost no choice in how they live. When families can't care for them, state-run homes or psychiatric institutions are often the only option, and the quality of care is shockingly low. Even after trillions spent on flood control, the Philippines still drowns in typhoon season. Families are stranded, neighborhoods submerged, and billions meant to protect them have vanished into corruption. Deep in Kenya's Aberdare National Park, visitors get face-to-face with African wildlife like nowhere else. Imagine watching elephants, leopards, and more, all in their natural habitat. In Togo, the mystery dance explodes with energy. Drums, flutes, and dazzling movements bring this ancient tradition to life, creating a celebration of culture you won't want to miss. In Washington, billions of dollars quietly shape laws that affect your everyday life. From the price of medicine to the roads you drive on, powerful industries spend millions lobbying lawmakers, and the decisions they influence hit all of us. And on sunny Sundays, families hit the beach to catch their first waves. Surfing lessons aren't just fun, they bring communities together in an unforgettable way. In Serbia, many people with disabilities face limited options for care and support. If their families are unable to care for them, they often have no choice but to live in state-run homes or psychiatric institutions, where supported living services are rare and the quality of care often falls short. This issue touches a significant portion of the population. The 2022 census showed about 350,000 people live with disabilities, and more than 80,000 of them need help with daily tasks like dressing or eating. Adding to these challenges, poverty and disability often create significant obstacles. While about 24.3% of the overall population lives below the national poverty line, according to the World Bank, individuals with disabilities face an even higher likelihood of poverty. This limits their access to basic needs and opportunities, with healthcare being a major concern. For example, 1 in 5 women and adolescent girls with disabilities report difficulty accessing needed services. These challenges are compounded by negative stereotypes that persist even among health professionals, further hindering proper care. Despite ratifying the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities in 2009, Serbia has made little progress in supporting people to live independently in their communities.
What does the right to independent living mean to you?
It's about the quality of life, and it's about respecting each individual and to see how that individual want to live.
That the person has control and autonomy over their own life, over their own finances, with where they live, with their education, and that they are in control of their own life.
The society has an obligation to help you with that.
Yeah, that is very important that you have your own house and place where you can be yourself. Well, I see that's a fundamental right.
Well, okay, and you?
Say it's an intrinsic component of each of us.
Oh,
On the same line of it.
right, okay, cool.
A 2023 report shows nearly 18,000 adults with disabilities live in 18 institutions across Serbia. Many are confined to underfunded, overcrowded state-run homes with poor conditions. Common issues include the use of restraints, isolation, sedatives, and unaddressed injuries. Privacy is often ignored, and living spaces are damp and cramped. Families fear these institutions treat individuals as objects rather than human beings. While some municipalities offer services like personal education assistance, daycare centers, and individual carers, these programs reach far fewer people with disabilities than those living in state-run homes. More than half of these limited services are provided by associations started by family members, highlighting significant gaps in widespread independent living support.
Ja imam 15-godišnjeg dečaka. Deca sa autizmom, deca sa smetnjama u razvoju generalno nakon završenog školovanja u suštini gotovo nemaju više nikakvu podršku. Oni prosto nekako izlaze iz sistema, postaju nevidljivi i jako je izazovno da im se na kvalitetan način popuni slobodno vreme.
To nisu ni malo lagane stvari i nije uopšte lagano odlučivati u nečem životu. Bilo da vam je to brat, sestra, dete, prosto ste prinuđeni da odlučite o nečijem životu. A prosto bi bilo lepo da im se pruži mogućnost da oni nekad mogu da izaberu šta je to što oni žele u svom životu.
Roditelji prvi neki strah imaju kada se završi škola od te izolacije, jer deca ostaju izolovana. Tako da u tom smislu roditeljima je najveći strah ta budućnost, jer trenutno sistemi podrške za samostalan život u zajednici osoba sa invaliditetom, pogotovo osoba sa intelektualnim invaliditetom, ne postoje.
Funding cuts have forced many people with disabilities back into state institutions after years of living in the community. According to the latest report published by the Republic Institute for Social Protection, supported living services, which are cheaper than state-run homes, are only available in 4 municipalities in Serbia and serve just 27 people. Major cities like Belgrade, Novi Sad, and Niš have no funding allocated, and plans to introduce services face delays and concerns over quality. The non-governmental organization called Mental Disability Rights Initiative Serbia says the state resists deinstitutionalization due to potential job losses in institutions that employ entire local communities. Despite strategies on paper, there is little political will to prioritize community-based care. Despite trillions spent on flood control, the Philippines still faces severe flooding every typhoon season, with submerged communities and stranded families all too common. Billions of pesos intended for these infrastructure projects have been lost to corruption, enriching contractors and politicians instead of protecting the nation. From 2000 to 2024, storms and floods made up nearly 2/3 of all recorded disasters, far more than earthquakes or volcanic eruptions, according to data from the International Disaster Database. These events have devastating consequences, including drowned neighborhoods, ruined crops, and billions in damages. Many of the flood control projects were either poorly constructed or never built at all. The Department of Public Works and Highways, which is responsible for flood control infrastructure, has seen its budget plagued by corruption in the last decade. Funds have been spent on overpriced contracts and ghost projects that never existed. A small group of contractors repeatedly wins a significant portion of the budget, raising concerns about collusion. These contractors allegedly divert funds to support political campaigns and openly display their wealth through lavish lifestyles. The economic damage from this systematic theft is immense, with estimates ranging from $2 billion by the Department of Finance to $18 billion according to Greenpeace.
Today, a flood control corruption scam worth billions of pesos is hitting the Public Works Department, and an investigation is underway. The Philippines loses a significant portion of its annual budget to corruption. Estimates say around 200 billion is lost every year to corruption. Others peg the loss at 20% of the annual spending plan, or about 1.6 trillion pesos based on the 2024 budget. Corruption in flood control projects is estimated to have cost the economy around 42 to 118 billion pesos in the last 2 years, with some reports suggesting that up to 70% of government funds meant for flood control projects have been stolen. Unchecked, this can significantly affect borrowing costs, reduce government spending on essentials, and even lower the country's international credit rating. Many countries struggle with corruption, which is seen to have stunted growth and development, turning off investors and investments. It also keeps the populace poor, as corruption only favors a few. Corruption becoming part of culture creates distrust between those in power and the people they govern.
What's even worse is this happened while essential workers in health and education weren't getting paid. Schools were falling apart, and the country was struggling with floods. This happened alongside underinvestment in the military, proper infrastructure, and a growing sense of hopelessness among the youth. Anti-corruption hearings in the House and Senate have stirred up controversy, especially with some legislators themselves implicated, creating a clear conflict of interest. Despite this, key testimonies have emerged. Public outrage escalated as new evidence of systemic corruption came to light, and officials pointed fingers. In September, massive protests erupted in major cities. Demonstrators condemned corruption, blaming it for poor social services and underdevelopment.
The people are very angry because they have been victims of flooding for all these years. And flooding has made their lives so difficult. And yet the discovery that all the billions of pesos that were supposed to help them, that was supposed to solve the problem, have ended up lining the pockets of all these corrupt politicians, government officials, and contractors.
Masama po sa loob na kami po yung naghihirap, kami po yung nawawalan ng tirahan, ng buhay, ng kinabukasan. Tapos sila po yung limpak-limpak na kumikita, yung buwis na binabayad namin, yung bawat pinagpapagura ng magulang namin, napupunta lang sa kanila, sa mga luxury cars nila, sa pag-travel nila sa ibang mga bansa, at sa pakikipagsosyo nila sa iba't ibang mga korporasyon.
The corruption within the Department of Public Works and Highways flood control projects may just be the beginning. Experts warn similar schemes affect other infrastructure sectors, including roads and schools. For example, the Department of Agriculture reported more than $2 million in suspected ghost farm-to-market road projects in Mindanao. Although the Department of Public Works and Highways claimed these 9 projects were finished, the Department of Agriculture records show work hadn't even started.
The Ark, a unique lodge in Kenya's Aberdare National Park, gives visitors a close view of African wildlife. UNN Field Messenger Rick shares his experience watching these animals in their natural habitat.
Hi there, this is Rick with United Network News reporting from Aberdare National Park in Kenya. I hope you enjoy this video. We are walking into the Ark, and this is the catwalk, the elevated walkway into the resort. And we have to be off this catwalk by 6 p.m. because it does get dangerous. This is really amazing. It's about 68 degrees with a nice little wind. The Ark was built by a New Zealand family There's 4 levels, and what brings all the animals here is the watering hole, but not only this salt lick. That's a big salt deposit out there. High in the mist-covered forest of Kenya's Aberdare National Park stands a place like no other. The Ark. Shaped like its biblical namesake, this extraordinary lodge overlooks a floodlit waterhole and salt lick, offering guests a rare window into the secret life of Africa's wildlife, both day and night. From the moment you step onto the decks, you are immersed in nature's unfolding story. Elephants emerge from the forest, silently gathering at the water's edge. You may witness the elusive leopard, gliding like a shadow in the night. Above, the air is filled with the calls of colobus monkeys and a choir of forest birds. A living symphony of Aberdare's Highland Sanctuary. What makes the Ark so special is not only its breathtaking wildlife encounters, but the sense of intimacy it creates. Here, you are not a visitor looking in from afar. You are a quiet witness to the rhythms of the wild. From hidden viewing decks and picture windows, you may find yourself just a few meters away from the giants of the forest. Each moment invites awe, reverence, and connection. This journey becomes more than a safari. It is a soul-stirring experience. When you awaken at the Ark, with the mist filling over the Aberdare forest, you will feel the magic of the world where time slows down and nature speaks. It is an invitation to pause, to listen, to remember your place within Earth's great circle of life. Together, we honor the land, the wildlife, and the people who protect it. Discover Aberdare, discover the Ark, and discover the deep beauty of travel that transforms. With love, gratitude, and grace, Rick, reporting for United Network News from Aberdare National Park.
Tired before the day begins? NAD Plus levels drop 50% after 40. NAD Plus helps your cells bounce back fast. Most supplements give precursors. NAD Plus skips the breakdown, delivering direct, bioavailable power. Support your energy, metabolism, sleep, and stress levels at the cellular level. Join the NAD Plus revolution. Start your journey to a healthier you. Subscribe today.
Hey, I'm Kirsten from Switzerland.
This is Wayne from Tucson.
Hi, my name is Desmond from Ghana.
I am Claudia from Dawsonville, Georgia.
I'm Mikey from Pretoria, South Africa.
Hi, I'm Steve McGrath, Fort McMurray, Alberta, Canada.
People from all around the world are coming together.
Happy day, beautiful world. We are here in a rather small urban garden, and this video is just to show you the joys that we've had in this garden with the electric gardening.
When news happens in their area, they show us what's really going on.
We have people in the streets protesting for and against.
At United Network News, our field messengers are changing the face of news.
This is Field Messenger Helen reporting with Nature, and I'm going to talk to you about the bees again.
Take the next step in restoring our planet. Become a UNN Field Messenger today.
Hi, I'm Stephanie from South Africa. If it's going to be, it's up to me.
If it's going to be, it's up to me.
It's up to me.
It's up to me. It's up to me.
It's up to me.
It's up to all of us. We're UNN, and we're taking back the news.
In Togo, West Africa, dancers bring the mystery dance to life with energetic moves and rhythms created from drums and flutes. UNN Field Messenger Desmond shares this vibrant celebration of culture.
Hello, I am Dexmond, a field messenger for United Network News. This story that I am sharing with you today is about a mystery dance of Biakwabe family, the family of Togoland, or a tribe in a Togoland. This dancing is for both man and the woman in this tribe. And then normally the dancers used to wear some kind of thing manufactured by metals and then cotton on their ankles. They used to move in a circular motion, dancing, and after some few time moving in another in a crossways. They used to dance on both funerals and other occasions. They do make their own tunes as they dance, and then have a special people who are good in playing drums and then flutes. Family members used to cheer and then sing along with them. Then they dance with a higher energy and then a vibrational in a very beautiful and then a awesome way. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Billions of dollars change hands every day in Washington, quietly shaping the laws that touch your life. It's called lobbying. From the price of prescription drugs to the roads you drive on, powerful industries spend millions lobbying lawmakers, and the decisions they influence hit your wallet, your safety, and your community. Knowing who's buying influence isn't just interesting, it's essential. Lobbying is how industries, corporations, and interest groups try to steer lawmakers and government agencies to pass laws in their favor. That can mean writing legislation, shaping regulations, or directing public funds. The goal? Influence decisions before they even reach the public eye. It's not all smoke-filled rooms and secret deals. Lobbyists can also provide expertise and data to policymakers. But when billions of dollars are at stake, those insights can also tilt the playing field toward big business and away from everyday citizens. According to OpenSecrets.org, some industries pour staggering sums into lobbying every year. The National Association of Realtors tops the list with $86.4 million, followed by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce at $76.4 million. The pharmaceutical industry, led by groups like PHRMA, spend $31.7 million, while the American Hospital Association invests $29 million. These massive expenditures are aimed at shaping policy on issues that touch everyone, from taxes and healthcare to trade regulations and labor laws. They spend a lot of money, but is lobbying even legal? In the U.S., the answer is yes. In fact, lobbying is protected under the U.S. Constitution, specifically the First Amendment, which guarantees the right to free speech and the ability to petition the government.
Lobbying is an age-old profession that dates back to when the Constitution was created. Experts claim the framers included the practice intentionally to make sure no one interest group became too powerful. The ability of individuals, groups, and corporations to lobby the government was therefore protected by the right to petition in the First Amendment.
But there's a sense that, we're a large and diverse country with a lot of different people who have a lot of different interests, and there should be a way for people to speak directly to their elected officials and say, hey, you should support this policy, or hey, you should oppose this policy. I think there's a popular perception that lobbyists come in and do all this sweet talking, lay down piles of cash, lavish dinners, and get what they want. Now, in reality, lobbying is much more boring. It's making the same argument over and over again. It's slowly building coalitions. It's talking to lots of different people and trying to build a case for your client or your perspective.
The pharmaceutical and health products sector is the single largest lobbying spender in the United States, pouring a staggering $388 million into federal lobbying in 2024 alone, according to OpenSecrets.org. Major players such as Pfizer, Merck, and PHRMA actively lobby to secure favorable drug pricing, extend patient protections, and shape healthcare regulations, decisions that directly impact the cost and accessibility of medicine for everyday people. A clear example of their influence is the ongoing debate over Medicare drug price negotiations. For years, PHRMA has lobbied Congress to limit the government's ability to negotiate lower prices for Medicare recipients. Through campaign contributions, lobbying meetings, and policy research, these efforts have helped maintain high drug costs, illustrating the sector's ability to use lobbying strategically to protect profits while shaping national healthcare policy.
When you're talking about reducing the cost of care or improving the quality of care, you are talking about threatening the revenue streams of high-cost, low-quality providers. Every dollar or pound of high-cost, low-quality care is a dollar or pound of income to somebody, and that somebody has a lobbyist, and they will lobby to block the reforms that you want to enact. And that is why healthcare stagnates in every country where the government takes over. You're not going to be able to do this in any sort of a government system. You have to let the consumer control the money that is going to reward the healthcare providers, because only then can we be sure that the providers will be giving consumers what they want, and give them maximal choice on a level playing field between all sorts of providers, all sorts of ways of paying for healthcare, all sorts of ways of delivering healthcare.
Lobbying in the U.S. often operates behind a veil of secrecy, raising concerns about transparency and accountability. A major factor is the revolving door, where government officials move into lobbying roles after leaving office, or lobbyists take positions within government agencies. This creates a tight network between lawmakers, regulators, and industry players, giving well-funded companies a lot of sway over decisions that affect all of us. Adding to the concern, the Government Accountability Office reports in 2024 about 21% of quarterly lobbying disclosure reports included lobbyists who hadn't properly disclosed their previous high-level government positions, like agency officials or congressional staff. While these connections can bring expertise to policymaking, they also highlight just how much influence and secrecy exists in the lobbying world. Understanding the hidden power of lobbying doesn't mean we're powerless. The more we know about who's influencing laws and policies and how money and connections shape those decisions, the better equipped we are to demand transparency, hold leaders accountable, and make our voices heard. Lobbying may be powerful, but an informed and engaged public is even more so.
On sunny Sunday mornings, kids and their parents take to the beach to learn surfing under the guidance of a local parent. UNN Field Messenger Sophia brings us the story.
This is Field Messenger Sophia. I'm coming to you from a sun and fun Sunday morning here on Lambo Beach in Tobago. And what you see in the background here is the future of surfers. But before they go out, certain conditions need to be observed. Wind check, water check, tide check, waves check.
And after that, a decision is made if they go to the rougher Atlantic Ocean side or to the smoother Caribbean Sea side. And then it needs some dry training at the beach. And there are the parents of the children joining in this community event, and they are fully engaged. It is about standing up quickly on the board, and once you're out there, keep the balance, bend the knees. And that's what they practice here first. Ready now? Okay then, grab your board and off they go, out in the sea. Paddling out is part of the game, to get some strength and to find balance on your board as you go out. Someone still need to find out how the strap fits best around the foot. And of course, you're also taken by your hand if needed, and you're guided and held by one of the parents or adult. And there you go. Practice, practice, practice. Losing balance or falling off the board is part of it and not a big deal. And not stopping and not giving up either, it always pays off. Repetitions, repetitions until they get it. And more they find their balance, more security with every new attempt. They love to be active and find their fun as the parents cheer them on, of course. And with the help of some strong men, it is much easier to be sent off at the right timing, with the right wave, to find your balance and to ride it smoothly. And here he comes. Good job, well done. So let's hear about the one person who started the initiative, Dwayne Kenny.
So first I want to introduce to you Dwayne. Dwayne is the initiative of this wonderful sun and fun morning. Dwayne, would you please introduce yourself and what you're doing?
Sure. So my name's Dwayne Kenny. I've been living Tobago most of my life, and what we're doing here is on Sunday mornings we do surfing for the kids from 9 to 11. The beaches vary depending on the waves, but it's just about getting kids in the water, getting them used to the sea. Maybe they love surfing, or maybe they just use that as a way to play, and just having a laugh for a few hours every Sunday.
Yes, that's wonderful.
And this is, of course, for all age groups. It's about fun in the sun. It is an active social event of families in the community, and everybody enjoys to get together. Playing at the beach in the biggest sandbox cannot be missed. And it also gives the parents a breather. So I hope you enjoyed this report. Thank you for watching.
At UNN, you are the news. Get involved by joining our weekly Field Messenger meetings. Visit unitednetwork.earth to learn more. Remember, if it's going to be, it's up to me.